You're listening to Real with Coach Herb and B, a podcast that brings you community and culture with your host, Coach Herb and B.
Hey, y'all, what's up? This is Coach Herb, and I'm joined by my girl B,
Hey, guys.
We're just excited about this whole situation. We got my man, Greene, who is basically my former coach. He cooked, he does, he has his hands in everything, like literally. Like he was a basketball coach, he was, now he's a ref, which is another crazy thing, because I guess now he can't argue with himself. But that's another story. But and he also has this catering business that is coming off the ground and is making big waves in the area. And we just wanted to sit down with Mr. Herb and talk about the shop. I've known him for about a long time.
You trying not to say the years?
Yeah, I don't want to say the years.
I ain't about to say
the years. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna say 40 years.
Okay.
And it's been a very long time, and he's been a great guy. I've known him forever. He has a very good hand in cooking everything like chicken, mac and cheese, all that good stuff. So
everything's soul food.
Everything soul food, everything, cakes, desserts, everything. Like he's just the man of all trades.
So this is our special release of this month, and we hope that you enjoy it just as much as we enjoy it while eating it.
Yes, and trust me.
It's so good.
First, I'd like to thank you all for having me. I tell you, I truly appreciate watching the shows that you guys put together, and I tell you, it's a great podcast, and I'm just glad to be able to share my story with you guys tonight. A little bit about myself. I'm a homegrown Leesburg guy. A lot of people think I'm from Reston, but I'm not from Reston. No. Leesburg's my home. Yep. That's where I was born and raised, and I was with my grandmother for a long time. I mean, she is the reason why I do what I do today. I mean, I could have been doing this stuff years ago, but because of all the stuff that, the jack of all trades stuff that, that I've been involved in, it kind of took me away from that. But I learned a great deal from her, and we'll talk about that a little later. But I have three beautiful, lovely daughters that I love to death. Matter of fact, one's birthday is today. She turned 22 today.
Well, happy birthday.
That's my girl.
That's right.
Yeah, so she turned 22 today.
Tell her I said hi.
Yeah, and I have, there's 8 of us all together. One's no longer with us. She passed away a few years ago, and Herb went to school with my youngest brother, Mike. Right. So
8?
Yeah, there's 8.
Okay.
8 of us all together. So when my mom and dad at a younger age, when they split, all came to Reston. I stayed in Leesburg because I wanted to be with my family, my dad's family. So I didn't feel like, that was the time for me to leave, and then being my grandmother's favorite grandson. We're
gonna edit that out. We don't want no family feuds.
It was easy to make that choice for me, at that time. Back in the early 70s, I think that was during that time. But yeah, then things have time it went by, and then got into teaching and coaching, and spent 20 years coaching. Yep. Then went away from coaching. Now I'm officiating high school basketball.
So where'd you coach?
At South Lakes. Lakes High School. Then I did a little stint of 3 years at Oakton, because I was a head coach at Oakton. Then I came
we're not going to hold that against you.
No, well, please.
Because we welcomed you back.
Yeah, you did. And when you leave and you figure out, the grass is not always greener on the other side. So it's always good when you come back home. Mm-hmm. And like you say, y'all welcome me back. Coach Bird, he got me back in the fold.
He basically said, get up in here.
Yeah, said, get back up in here. We need you. So, but yeah, so had some great times at South Lakes, not just in athletics, but in the classroom with the kids and everything. Mm-hmm. I was just telling Megan, I saw one of my former students at the Foxmill Giant, and I was talking to one of the folks that just happened to stop, was talking to me, and I heard, Mr. Greene, and she had both of her bags in her hand, just dropped them. And she come running over towards me, and I thought, I hope there's no glass in that.
Or eggs.
Or like anything
that's going to break. So the mom just said, it's only Mr. Greene. So, it's, you know, I miss the kids. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, I do sub from time to time, but they only get 3 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You can't have my Mondays or Fridays. those are my, you know, if I was gonna go back and sub full time, I might as well just stay
right
working.
back here. Mm-hmm.
Right.
So anyway, that's just a little quick synopsis of me. So I'm sorry if I took a lot of time.
You did not, because this episode is all about you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is all about you. This is the best time to promote yourself.
Thank you. I appreciate
So
that.
you know, Ben asked all the questions,
All
so
the
we
good
kind
ones.
of step in sometimes, most of the time,
Ben asked
right?
all the good ones. We ask all the ones that sometimes make sense and sometimes don't.
Okay.
So definitely wanted to kind of start off. You alluded to it a little bit when you were introducing yourself about your grandma and doing the research, looking at your page for your catering business and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot of great information about the catering business, but that was one of the few things that's really there about you, and I thought it was really great to kind of dive a little bit deeper. So can you talk to us about what it was like being with your grandma in the kitchen? What really kind of...
I tell you, I just
Goosebumps.
Got some
Yeah.
chills, yeah.
and you know, if I get emotional, I'm sorry, but that.
Oh, no,
you know,
please
that,
do. Yeah.
that was my heart, and I tell you.
She taught you how to make them mac and cheese. That mac and cheese, boy. I'm just gonna tell y'all right now. If y'all haven't had it.
She was a great inspiration, not just in the kitchen, but also just about life. I mean, and I'm not ashamed to sit here and tell everybody that I slept in the same bed with my grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, we were thick as thieves, you know. So when it came to being in the kitchen, that's where I found my most joy with her, because seeing her happy, doing what she loved to do, and then passing along those same things on to me, I felt like was like a gold mine, you know, just having all that stuff that she would do. I mean, just that's her cake right there. And I figured, you know, if I'm going to do this
be
tonight,
excited about that cake.
I've had that cake too.
if I'm going to be here tonight, I might as well share with you all something that she taught me. So, I mean, with that, I mean, people always talk about when it comes to cooking. I know you were talking about you getting into cooking, but when you were in the kitchen with her, you didn't have a measuring cup, you didn't have measuring spoons or anything like that. You had to kind of just eyeball it.
Yes.
You know, but when it came to that cake, you better be able to know. Yeah, it takes,
exactly how much goes into that
Right.
cake.
yeah, it takes. So,
Yeah.
but being in the kitchen with her was a great. I mean, I just got so much joy and inspiration from her, because she was one heck of a cook. Now, there are certain things that she does with her food. She probably would strike lightning down on me if she knew, but it's because she always told me, "Don't you change that recipe." But there are certain things that she would do to her, like her fried chicken. I mean, I fried her chicken the way she fries it, but there's a secret ingredient that she uses. It's in there, but then I also put a little twist to it. So a lot of the stuff that you see on the page is kind of stuff that she taught me, with the exception of some other, you know, a few little things that I do. But and with that cake, I tell you, there was no such thing as a mixer.
Yeah.
You had to stir with your hand.
You didn't have a KitchenAid stand mixer?
No. So I mean, you know, later on we got a mixer later on, right?
Yeah.
But you know, in the beginning, you had to take a spoon and she would stir that cake, and then she was like, "You need to come here and stir," and then, you know, peel these potatoes. You know, we got to get these potatoes ready for this potato salad. You know, so yeah. So I mean, I just enjoyed being in the kitchen with her. I mean, it was just a great inspiration being in the kitchen. May 8th is when I got my LLC this year. And
Congratulations.
Thank you. And when that email came through, I happened to be in the kitchen, and I had my laptop in front of me, because I was also working on some recipes, which I should be having a book coming out. We can talk about that too. But I was just about to finish up mixing. I can't remember, I was doing a cake or something, and I looked and I saw the email pop up. It was from the state of Virginia, and I opened it up, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And all I could do is look up to the heavens, and the tears just flowed, because it was happy tears.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, if she was here, she would be so happy, you know, because she's a big part of this. You know, she's a huge part.
What's one of, talking about you having her cake here and some of the other meals that are on your menu, what is what is one of your favorite things that, you know, immediately you either have to make or that just reminds you of that time with her in the kitchen? Is there like one dish that is quintessential, or is it?
Can I say a couple?
Herb might be able to answer for
I might have some potato salad.
Right.
The mac and cheese.
He about to name a whole meal.
The fried chicken that he made that one
meal.
time.
Oh yeah.
You know, for the basketball team, I was lucky enough to. That's part of the perks, you know. So like, you know, I walked in on a couple of situations where he had made a good meal for the team, and woo-wee. Well, I don't think I
did
let.
the team cherish it as much as?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
As her?
Oh yeah.
You know, we used to always, sometimes we would do Popeyes, and I would be sitting there thinking, they ain't got nothing on me.
No.
You know, but anyway, you know,
No.
but you know, not to toot my own horn, but to answer your question, the one thing, and that cake, I'm telling you, that cake there is a staple. And, you know, I grew up eating that cake so much that to this day, I don't like to eat it. I would prepare it for anybody that wants it. I'll prepare it.
Yeah.
But you ate enough of it.
Yeah. So
For two lifetimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you know, I mean, like tonight, I don't plan on taking anything home with me. So
that's all right, because we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, you know.
There's gonna be a fight for that.
That's right. We
But
got you.
I would say the cake, and then of course the fried chicken is the
Yes.
go-tos. I mean, tell you that was something that, and I'm the guy that always loved the back of the chicken.
Okay.
And people would look at me like, wow, you like the back of it. Just something about eating the back of the chicken. I just love the back of the
I
chicken.
like any piece of the chicken.
Any piece?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told her the other night, I woke up in the middle of the night.
in the middle of the night.
I was so hungry.
when
We've been
we
on
got-
this weight loss kick, so I'm starving all the time. But I was very hungry, and I woke up and I ate a piece of chicken.
Okay. And see, I was struggling with the chicken. I was like, which part? So I just said, I can't go wrong with drumettes. So I'll just do the drumettes. Next time, maybe I'll do some legs and wings, or maybe fry some fish, you know.
Oh man.
Do some whitings for you
said
guys.
Fish fry?
Don't
Yes.
talk about the fried
You-
fish.
what you said? Oh man. Yes.
Oh, yeah. So
Yes.
Tell you, man, that night was a feast. I was in heaven. I don't even think I went and watched the game. You know, I might have missed the game for real.
We passed out from the food
Like, who
coma.
won?
I hope not.
I was still downstairs.
So when it comes to your style of cooking, from looking at your menu online and the food that we have here, most people I guess would traditionally call it a Southern style. Would you classify yourself as that? And then if so, what is your favorite, thing to make as Southern food? It was funny because when I was looking at it, talking to Bianca about the menu, it's different. I grew up eating different Southern food, I guess, than what she'd. So we talked about your fried fish a second ago, and she was like, "Oh, and like that, you get fried fish every black
That's like
cookout
that's
you go
every
to."
function for the most part.
Right.
Oh yeah, and
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's like an actual function itself.
It-
the fish
Like
fry.
it becomes to
absolutely.
the point where they got fried fish, fried nuggets.
Yeah.
Like they fried something
Like
fish,
a catfish
something.
nugget
Yes.
or,
I
you know,
do catfish nuggets.
some whiting
Some hot
or
sauce.
Yeah.
fish.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I asked her, I was like, I'm not sure what whiting is. I've never heard of this
Oh,
type of
yeah.
fish before.
Oh,
And she's
yeah.
like, you get it all the time.
That's right.
And I was like,
Yo,
That's right.
cool, this is something I will learn about.
You almost
Look.
got some whiting tonight, but I wasn't sure. So now I know.
Next
I mean,
time.
it's good to
You
know.
ain't got to tell me. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I eat anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But I the sides is what I like to cook, especially when it comes to seasoning them.
Okay.
The collard greens. I mean, gosh, I love collard greens is my favorite green.
Yes.
The collard greens, and I would say probably cabbage is my second. Now, the Brussels sprouts. I mean, a lot of people don't like Brussels sprouts.
Oh,
They are so good.
I do
Yeah.
now.
If you do them right.
If you cook them right,
Yes.
you can't boil them. Don't
No.
boil them. You have to saute them. You know?
Yeah.
So, but I would say collard greens is probably my go-to, as in terms of that specialty that I like to do. You know,
Nice.
it's not a meat. I mean, the chicken is a chicken, the fish is a fish. But if I were to do anything that was like a side, it would be the collard greens.
Do you put meat in your collard greens?
I do sometimes, and sometimes I don't. It just depends on what people want. Now, if I'm cooking for myself, I'll use smoked turkey necks.
Oh, okay.
Or if I don't have that, there's a and I don't like to give up on my stuff, but there's a stuff called liquid smoke that you can use.
I have so much of it.
Yeah. So you can use liquid smoke to kind of help with that meat flavor that you don't get if you don't have the meat in there. Now, I don't eat beef or pork, but that doesn't mean I won't do that for someone if they need that, if they want that. So.
Makes me hungry just thinking about food. So I feel like on Netflix recently, I've actually been watching. They've done one of their Master Chef or the Chef Table ones about barbecue, and talking about Southern food. I know a lot of people fall in different categories about barbecue and the sauce that they have. Virginia isn't really known, like at least Northern Virginia, this area that we live in, is not very known for a staple of this. You have to have it this way. So do you have a preference of kind of a flavor that you like to have? There's vinegar base, there's mustard base, all the different things that you can do with it.
Yeah, I'm a vinegar base.
Okay.
Because I make my own.
Wow.
I sell it. I mean, I've probably sold about 10 bottles over the last 2 or 3 months.
Nice.
There's this one lady who just loves it. But I'm the vinegar based.
Cool.
I don't put any mustard in my barbecue sauce, so I have my own. I make my own sauces. So I have a friend of mine who's trying to somehow get my stuff on shelves.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. But I'm a vinegar base.
Cool.
With the barbecue sauce.
Where would you want to sell it? Where are you looking to like?
We haven't gotten there yet, but from all the research that I've done. It appears to be Walmart would be the best.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of places, the entry level places that'll put your stuff out there, at least in a good amount of stores, are Walmarts and also like a small town little. I don't want to call them bodegas, but
like
sort of bodegas,
like
right?
Mom and pops.
Yeah, like your mom and pop shop or whatever,
right,
or like your organic stores because they're all mom and pop-ish.
Yeah. And the next time you guys come, if you want to come back, I'll make sure to.
That's a hard question.
Right.
I'll make sure to make you guys your own personal take home.
Yes, that thing be gone.
Barbecue sauce.
That's
We will definitely take
look
you
at
up
her.
on that.
I'll do that.
I know I keep looking at the food, but I'm sorry. I'll try to focus a little bit.
One of the ones that I wanted to ask because we talk about food all the time at work. It's usually a lunchtime thing that we all get together. It's a great way to kind of forget about what's kind of happening at the day and kind of reconnect. But talking to Herb and Bianca, especially about tonight, the subject of potato salad. And we've already talked about it once or twice, but I think it's really important to so what is the quintessential potato salad? Because Bianca enlightened me to say, you can't just have anybody's potato salad at a cookout. There's that one family member who makes it, and they have to make it every single time. Nobody else can touch it. So, what is that to you?
Well, I know when we have our family gatherings, it's like, are you going to bring? Yep, I'll take care of that. Don't have so and so make it.
Yeah,
and you can't bring the potato salad.
Even at the district tournament, they always get me that they haven't in the last couple of years. But I always make the potato salad for the hospitality room in South Lake. So whenever they have the district tournament, but the potato salad has to be right, because if it's not right, it just ruins your whole party. I mean, you ruins it. That's all you talk about.
That's right.
I'll never forget. I was at a family reunion and
somebody put raisins in it.
They didn't put raisins, but they put peas and carrots.
Oh my God!
I didn't even know that you would bring that out to make. Why would you?
That's not a potato salad.
So it went from the table to
under
the table. So
I was going to say
people choose how they make their. But if it's not right, it can ruin your whole day because that's like the staple. Potato. It has to be right.
Yeah. I won't put Herb on the spot because he's tried potato salad that I like to make because it's very very different.
Your potato salad is good. It's not.
Yeah, but he doesn't put raisins in it.
No.
Well, no, he's not gonna put raisins. He'd know better. He wouldn't have brought that to us if it had raisins in it.
He brought it to me with raisins.
What the heck is this raisins thing, man? What you talking about?
It might taste good, but thank you.
He's had it one time, and he's just never forgotten about that raisin time.
The big thing you have to make sure when you make your potato salad, and I will share this nugget, is make sure that your potatoes are your star. It's a star of the dish because it's potato salad.
Right.
So your other ingredients that you put in your potato salad, make sure they're small.
Yes.
You don't want them big onions and big. A lot of people like to put those things in there, like the eggs. They want to see I don't want to see that stuff because the potato needs to be the star.
Yes.
That is correct.
But that's how his is. That's how Ben's
people
is.
like to put like big chunks of
Okay.
like celery.
No, he got the only thing other thing that he has in his is bacon.
Yep.
Okay.
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 You bake it's red skin potatoes. You cut them up into bite-sized pieces, bake it off to cook with lots of garlic, salt and pepper and oil, and then ranch is the binder.
Okay.
So many people like ranch. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to throw that in there.
Yep.
The ranch is the binder.
Yeah.
And then
That sounds good.
spring onion and bacon are the other like toppings.
He basically brought us a baked potato.
Yeah.
He said, "Here's a baked potato."
Yeah,
and just go and eat
Yeah.
That
it.
sounds good.
It was good.
It was good.
It's very nice.
It was good.
I like it. It's been one of like the few things that I will always probably remember how to make, and now I don't even need the recipe anymore. I'll just kind of eyeball.
I mean, you can
stuff
come
like
to the
that.
cookout, man. You just go ahead and bring that right.
You bring
with you.
that.
It won't be put under the table.
That's right.
So I'm not sure if that's the grandma cake or not, but on your website we saw something called a Hennessy cake.
We
Yes.
did.
And we definitely had to discuss that a little bit
Okay.
more. Because
We did.
We couldn't just let that one go.
We did. I saw that. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. I
Hold
showed
on.
Bianca. I was like,
What's
okay, let's see what we're
this?
talking about. Yeah.
The Hennessy cake, that came about one of my cousins who is probably, I'm not going to say probably, she is, the one who orders the most cakes for me. And I tell you, she's been a great customer. But one of her relatives was having a birthday. It's a birthday cake, having a birthday. And she asked if I could make a Hennessy cake. Sure, I'll make a Hennessy cake for you. So, but the thing is with the cake, the only thing that has the Hennessy in it is the drizzle. That's the chocolate drizzle.
Okay.
Now, the bottles, you put the bottles in, you have to I wash them real good, and then you take cellophane and put around the bottle, and then you stuff them in the cake.
Okay.
And then of course, if they want to pour the Hennessy inside the holes, once they get it, that's on them. But it's a 3-layer cake.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
It's the most
I know.
expensive. It's the most expensive cake on the website.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just because of the labor that it takes a lot to make that cake. You have to put it in the freezer for about 15 minutes so that you can get those drizzles to when you go to pour it on there, so it freezes right away because you don't want it to drip all the way down to the bottom. So you got to go all around the cake, and then you have to pipe all the piping and stuff on there. But that's where that came from. So I've made, I would say, since that cake went on the website back in June, I've made 5 so far. I just made one 2 weeks ago for a birthday.
Yeah, we saw that. We were like, we got to order that cake.
Yeah.
we just got to get that cake.
And it's a good cake too.
I don't even drink Hennessy like that, but it looks pretty.
Right.
It looks pretty.
I had a request for some type of Ciroc, so the person never followed through, but I mean, any of those cakes can be done.
Mhm.
I love baking. I love to bake.
That's awesome.
So
You mentioned earlier about with the collard greens and being able to put different, beef or pork or the turkey or just no meat at all, because there are different people who, and nowadays a lot of people who have different dietary restrictions or just personal life choices. They don't like to eat certain things. Would you say that you get that a lot in your business, that you do have a lot of people who ask you to specifically tailor the menus to maybe not be what you're traditionally like grew up making, but now there's so many people who ask it, that's just something you're easily can do?
yeah, I haven't had any requests like that yet, thank God. But I will. I am flexible, and I will tailor it towards people's needs based on their diets and things like that.
Needs.
Yeah, but now I've had 3 customers go ask for gluten desserts, and I've done those cookies and cupcakes. I baked a gluten cake, so yeah, I'm willing to do that. But my thing is I try not to stray too much, because I don't want people instead of don't tell me what and how.
Yeah.
But I'm flexible in terms of maybe don't put salt or don't,
Yeah.
when they can put their own salt. Or if you don't want flour in your cake, I'll use, I can bake a flourless cake, but I'll use whatever that, I can't remember, some kind of oat. I have it up in the cabinet. I can't remember what it's called, but
That's because you won't need it.
yeah, that's right.
You need that
I know,
gluten.
right?
You need
I know. Like, who does that?
Yeah, I mean, I've made flourless cookies. The peanut
Really?
flourless chocolate chip.
Let's move on.
Yeah, people ask for that. People ask for that stuff.
Oh wow.
Have you traveled a lot in the U.S., especially in the South, being that you cook a lot of Southern food, to learn different techniques or to see different styles and either become inspired or just to be able to maybe you just really love New Orleans style food, or you really love in the Carolinas and like the barbecue and things like there, or steaks or whatnot in Texas, and you just really love it, so you kind of travel that way and been inspired to, and then hopefully impact some of your cooking here.
Yes, I have, and the one place that I was dying, it was on my bucket list to do was go to Sweetie Pies, and I don't know if you guys all remember Sweetie Pies, but God, I went there, and I tell you that food, and the thing that I liked about it, which is what I do, is cook everything fresh. I mean, you waited for your fish. It wasn't like the fish was on a burn, that those heating things, sitting out. I mean, you waited for it, and I didn't care. I waited for it, but then you can tell that the taste is different. It's all in how you season. The seasons might be different here. And even in New Orleans, when I was in New Orleans, there was some crab cakes. I had some crab cakes, and I thought, this is a little different. It was because of the green peppers, red peppers, and those things that they put in that typically we don't.
In a crab cake?
Yeah, and now I do that. I mean, I use it in my crab cakes sometimes, not all the time. And even salmon cakes, I'll put it in those too. I always think about people when they say salmon, but it's salmon. But
say that again.
It's salmon.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway, so it's different ways on how people season their foods. I mean, because the further south you go, they cook totally different than we do here. I mean, if you were to make a thing of red beans and rice, I would probably, before, I would just throw everything into a pan and that's it. But now you got to cut up all your stuff and get, saute all that stuff first. And that's where your flavors come from. Yeah. That's what I learned is picking up how those flavors come through and make those flavors work within that dish.
Yeah.
My grandmother's from Louisiana, or more so my dad's side of the family, and so that was like her staple. I feel like the red beans and rice. It took her a minute for you to get it, but that could be like dinner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In a sense,
I mean,
right? Because
I mean, sometimes when they cook the red beans, they put meat in it too. So
yeah, she would put a sausage and stuff in there. So
the one that I offer, I do the Italian chicken sausage and shrimp in my red beans and rice. But I'll put in there whatever people request for it. So
cool.
Yeah.
This is it.
We got some food now.
Some food.
That's right. Can you tell us what we got in front of us? Because
Herb wants me to tell y'all.
Herb want to hurry up and eat. Look at him.
I didn't eat it.
Okay.
I kind of devoured it, so I apologize in advance. But
this is Herb's second plate, by the way.
Not necessarily second plate, second plate of wings.
Second helping.
Yeah.
Second helping.
There you go.
Right. Don't make me sound greedy.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to eat this.
Yes.
I saw it when we walked in, and I was like, oh, potato salad.
I really want to know what's up with the sauce. I don't know what is in it.
That sauce is a secret sauce. I put it all over the chicken.
Well, you guys, you're the first ones to get this sauce. I mean,
really?
Yeah, because I'll sit at home all day and I'm always thinking of stuff, and I came up with a recipe for this sauce probably one day last week. Yeah. And I said, this will be perfect to use with that chicken for these guys.
What do you name the sauce?
It's Petey's chicken. What did I call it? Petey's chicken dip is what I call it.
Petey's
chicken dip.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm into that.
In fact, because I had to type out the recipe.
Just so you can keep it instead of.
Well, that, and then also I got a cookbook coming, so that will be in the cookbook.
And tell us about your cookbook.
The cookbook, I tell you, it's been since June working with the publisher, and we went for the first day we were on the phone for 12 hours.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
That's
because with
an intense conversation.
Well, with a cookbook,
yes,
you have to make sure that all the punctuations are like if it's a teaspoon, TSP, and is there a period behind the P? So all that stuff matters. And then it got to a point where I felt like it wasn't my cookbook, So we had to pause a little bit because when you're doing things like that, you want it to be the way you want it. If we can't do it the way I want it, then I can't do business with you. So we kind of been off a little bit, and then last week I was another 9-10 hours back at it again. So hopefully by Christmas or maybe after the New Year, the book will be available.
It'll be in my hands promoting it, saying, buy this book, Cooking with Herb.
So we're working on it.
That's right.
We're working on it. Okay.
That's right.
So you mentioned it in the sauce, but then also for your business, what does PD stand for?
PD, okay. This goes back to my South Lakes days, coaching basketball. And we always would have shooting practice.
Right.
The first 30 minutes of practice is always shooting practice. And I was working with the guards, and I kept hearing, PD! Someone yelling, I turned, it was Coach Bird yelling, PD! And I'm like, I turned, and I was like, my name is not PD. So there was a radio host, he was the first black radio host in this area, in the DMV. His name was Petey Greene. And it was spelled Peetey, Greene. And ever since that day, that name has stuck with me. So everyone at South Lakes who knows me calls me Petey. So it took a while to get used to, but then after a while, then everybody was calling me Petey. I was like, oh, okay. So when I was thinking about coming up with a name of the business, I said, why don't I just use Petey?
Yep.
And just name
something,
it Petey's Catering.
Your household name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where that came from.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because people were trying to, take guesses of what the P and the D stood for, and I'm like, it's not even like that.
It's not even his name. It had nothing to do.
No,
that would literally be me. I was like, let me break this down. What does this mean? Is this like a first and last? It can't be. It's not the first and last. Okay.
Right.
All right.
It's not like your grandmother used to yell your name and she couldn't say your real name.
Well, she had a name for me too. So.
Right. You can't repeat that because there's a lot of names at this table that we can't repeat. So we'll just keep moving.
That's right.
Okay.
That is right. Man. Don't.
With everything that's going on right now, with COVID happening, shutting places down, not many people are able to gather in large groups as they normally could do. It's very easy for us to imagine that your catering business has, probably taken a hit. It's not, it's hard to do that, but obviously you prepared food for us today, and a lot of people don't cook food for catering services at the place that they're going, so you don't have to physically be there for things. So, and people are, restrictions are easy, so people can gather a little bit more now. I know for where we work, more and more people can come there and stuff like that, so it's definitely not as restrictive. Would you say that it really kind of impacted you? Have you been able to? Because I know you were able to obviously bottle. You're working on bottling and putting them in stores. You're doing the cookbook and everything like that. So it hasn't slowed you down at all. But definitely just wanted to kind of hear how it's affected you today, and hopefully it's starting to see around the corner a little bit.
Yeah. COVID has really put a little damper on a lot of businesses, and especially with the catering, not having your own structure. And doing everything from home, it's really been tough. I mean, I have to. I mean, everything that I do has to be done by the letter of the law. The health department, they come out and they do inspections because of it's a home business right now. Back when I was telling you guys about the license, when I got my license, I received my first wedding reception. And it was in August, and we were like, it went from 40 people to 25, then from 25 to 30 because of the social distancing and all the stuff, the CDC guidelines and everything. But thank the Lord, they still had the wedding reception, and that was my first catering job. But it's been kind of steady over the last couple months. And all the stuff that I prepare is done at home, and it's done that day, so it's fresh. So when people come, and they have to come pick it up. I can't make any deliveries because I'm a home business, and then with the health department, they're not allowing me to until we're clear of this COVID. So I have to, have people, and they don't have a problem. My customers haven't had an issue coming to pick up the food, but it's been tough. I mean, especially with the COVID and everything, I really haven't had many offers for any type of big catering job. So
yeah. Well, I was at your location. They got curbside down there for the founding farmers, so you can be like, "Look, I'll meet you right down there."
Right, exactly.
Put it right.
That's right.
It's funny when I'm taking the cakes out and stuff, because I meet people out on the plaza when they come to pick up, and when I'm taking, people are looking like,
"Are you founding farmers?"
Yeah. What do we play that?
So I had to
Yeah.
stop and show this one customer that was sitting at the table. I was like, "Can we see what that?" And I had to show it was a strawberry cake, one of the strawberry cakes I made, and they were like, "Well, dang, we like that." I said, "Well, here's a
that's right. Here's a card.
business card."
There you go.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate that we're in the time that we're in right now because of COVID, and not to get political or anything like that, but it would be nice if things were taken care of back when it first happened.
Sure.
So that way, right now, we wouldn't have to worry about masks and things like that. So.
Right.
You can get political, man.
Yeah,
What you
that's
talking
what-
about? You got the right people.
Okay, yeah, but it's unfortunate,
Yeah.
that we're living in this time, because this should not be our normal.
Mhm.
No.
This should not be our normal.
It should not be normal at all.
Don't you start her.
All right, so yeah.
So with that said, at the end of each episode, we love to promote small businesses, and we want you to take the time to promote yourself as much as possible, and we will help promote you as well, from one Black business to the other, especially during this time. So
Yeah.
take the floor.
Okay, PD's Catering. I have a website. It's www.pds. You have to put a hyphen, catering.com, and that's where you can go and visit the website and check out all the different things that are on the menu. There's 2 different menus. I don't know if you guys recognize that, but one is a catering menu, and then the other, if you hit the drop down, it's a family where you can order family meals for families. So, and I always get the question, well, when I get there, I don't know what I need to do. Well, if you go to the bottom of the page of any of those 2 menu pages, it will take you to a box where you can fill out and you don't have to request a any catering services, but you can put in there your information in terms of your name, your phone number, your email address, and stuff like that, and then just tell us when you need the food items for your party or whatever that case may be. I have an excellent young lady who takes care of all the orders. I don't have to worry about it. I get the orders after she does the invoices, and I just do all the cooking. But again, it's PD's Catering. I also do a TV show, not a TV show, but a Facebook Live on Facebook called Cooking with Irv, where I'll do some demos every now and then. I haven't done any over the last couple of weeks because I've been so busy, but usually those, I try to do those on Wednesdays. But you can go there and I share a lot of different meals that I cook, but a lot of those meals I cook I don't have on my website because with the cookbook I've been told not to share a lot of the menu items
can't tell us
with
too
the
many of your
recipes and
secrets.
stuff. Yeah, until that cookbook comes out. But but that's where you can find me on the website, PD's Catering. Make sure you go there, and if you need my services, check me out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because this food is delicious.
Delicious.
I'll
tell you what,
Can
whatever-
see right there.
Whatever that sauce is,
Yeah, that sauce.
We're being very polite.
that was
Yeah.
You,
unfortunately,
didn't care.
I had to
Yep.
do what I do and take care of it.
Do what you gotta
So-
do. Do what you gotta do.
If there was anything else left, I might be eating that too.
Well, you guys are welcome to take anything home because
Yes.
I choose
No,
not to
we
take
will.
anything
Take a
with
peek
me.
at that cake.
Take it with you.
You said a piece of that cake. Heard we're gonna
Take-
share that cake, man. What you talking about?
I'm just taking the piece.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to get in no trouble when I get home.
I'm not getting
I
any
hear that.
trouble.
I'll have what I want.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for joining us, guys.
Yes, thank
We
you so
really
much for
appreciate
joining
it.
us.
Irv, thanks
Thank you.
for
Yeah.
Sure.
doing what you do.
Thank you.
I
Thank
feel
you for the
very honored
opportunity.
to have you on. This is great. I have been looking for someone to have some type of soul home food that I can
Yes.
have here in Reston.
Mm-hmm.
And so thank you. Thank you for blessing us
Look,
today
you
with
see, no
everything.
No problem.
You
You're
thought
welcome.
you had to drive an hour away.
I did. I kept talking to you all the time. I was like, dang, I think we got to go in the city. I think we got to go
Right,
to Maryland. I think we got to
Right.
go to this place. And he's like, nah, no, we don't. We don't got to go. I was like, okay, all right.
Trust me.
Yes. So this is part 1, and we will do part 2, and it will be a holiday episode. So look out
Yes,
for that,
look out
so
for
that
that.
you can order your holiday food through cooking with Herb.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So and we got to make sure we take care of ourselves so we'll be ready to eat.
That's. Yeah.
And that's all, folks.
Until next time.
Peace.
The Real to Real podcast is presented by Herbert Williams Beffo and Bianca Moskaitis. Our producer is Ben Runyon. Our technical director is Nick Patry. Audio and video lead is Megan Kotner. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow and like us on Facebook and Instagram at Real to Real and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, or anywhere else podcasts are found. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. It's been real with Coach Herb and B.